Hello everybody, I am Jaishankar and I represent India Autism Center as its CEO. Very happy to be here today to answer some questions around our campus which is in the making, titled Samaavesh. Samaavesh is a Sanskrit word which means inclusive living. So we are now setting up this campus in the outskirts of Kolkata, and we would like to dedicate this to the members and the families of the neurodivergent community. These questions have come from parents and members of the community. It is out of their curiosity to know about what is this campus all about. How is it different from the others? What are the unique services that we would be providing here? How about security? How about safety of the children? And. So the first question is, what exactly is Samaavesh and how is it different from other autism care facilities? So Samaavesh is the brainchild of our founder, Shri Suresh Somani. Suresh ji has been serving the autism community for several years. We have a center, which is a daycare center, which is in existence in Kolkata for the last 16 years. Suresh Somani thought that it is important to address to one particular requirement of the autism community, which is the worry which parents have. The worry is what happens to our children after us. So this led to the birth of India Autism Center, and India Autism Center embarked itself on its mission to serve the neurodiverse community to the best of its ability. And one of the flagship items on the agenda of India Autism Center is Samaavesh. So Samaavesh is, as I said, means inclusive living, and it is being set up to kind of provide residential accommodation and wholesome development of people under the spectrum, where people under the spectrum can live for the rest of their lives, either under our care or with their parents. So we have in Samaavesh two types of living. One is called community living and the other is family living, where he or she lives with their families. As per data available to us, there are about close to 100 odd, or between 90 and 100 residential facilities which provide autism care in India. So Samaavesh promises to be one which is going to be unparalleled in terms of size. So we intend that this campus should at peak capacity will serve about 600 people under the spectrum. Some of them, as I said, will live with their families. Another thing is in terms of quality of care. This will be one campus where people under the spectrum will live for the rest of their lives. So obviously we would have to take care of every aspect of their development and their sustainability. This would be a congenial environment for people under the spectrum, where there would be enough and more opportunities where their true potential is explored. So there will be ample learning opportunities. So we would have special educators attending to their learning opportunities. We will have vocational training of various types. Vocational training, for instance, could be something like a wooden carpentry workshop, a blacksmith workshop, fishing. It could be, farming, pottery, art and craft, name it. So we are exploring continuously as to what more can be added to make it very, very wholesome. So people under the spectrum will we will then want to see which kind of learning or which kind of training appeals most to each member. And wherever their attunement is, we would want that they explore themselves in that area. So this is the purpose of Samaavesh, and this I find would be probably would set it apart from many other places. Third, is the environment. See, many of us are used to these urban settings. Samaavesh will liberate us in terms of the amount of, external environment it provides. So there will be complete sinking of oneself to the greenery around, to the fresh air that one would get. It would be truly a very, very congenial place for a person to reach and to be in his elements. The next question is, why do families with autistic children need residential setups, especially as their children grow older? So with growing age, parents are consumed with the worry, as I said, as to what will happen to my children after me. So Samaavesh provides a safe and a secure environment for those people, for such parents who have this worry. What we do is we assist parents with trust formation, to set up, to help them with their guardianship if they have issues, and also help them with financial planning so that, they can, be at peace, either if they live with their children together or they live outside the campus. A good residential setup should ideally help a person under the spectrum to truly explore his true potential. And this, I think, should be the purpose of a residential setup. It should not be merely a place where the child or a young adult is parked for the rest of his life. That would be very demeaning, and this is not what Samaavesh would want to do. So we have to provide them with ample opportunities so that they kind of excel in the areas in which they are having that potential. So parents can, once they have taken care of their legacy issues, I'm sure will find that children can then live comfortably in the event they outlive the parents. So that should be the purpose of residential setups, in my opinion. The next question is, what services will be provided to my child while he or she is under your care? So services I would broadly classify into the following. 1 is learning, 2 is therapy, 3 is vocational training, 4 is nutrition, and 5 will be leisure and recreation. So learning is provided, in terms of special education. We would have experienced special educators teaching our children and young adults on various things that they need to know. We would also have, the therapies followed by all kinds of therapies, whether it be, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy. It could be even animal therapy, for instance. We are going to have a very good animal farm, and we are quite excited about it. It could be a very good one where children can really go and experience, they could find themselves in their elements with animals. Next, after therapy is vocational training. As I mentioned, we have a plethora of options planned for vocational training. So they can come and, do carpentry or any other skill they can be practiced there. 4th is nutrition. The needs of our young people under the spectrum and children the nutritional needs would be very carefully assessed. We would have nutritionists and dietitians on board who would attend to their needs very, very conscientiously. 5 is the rest and recreation. We have enough and more places where they can relax and, find themselves doing some leisure activities. So, for example, we'll have a swimming pool. We will have a temple to build to as per South Indian architecture. Tirupati Balaji temple, which is going to be again one of its kind in Calcutta. Then we would have a football ground. There'll be an open air theatre and so on. The next question is, how will you appoint caregivers for my child? Caregivers are extremely important as far as residential living is concerned. And we have invested a lot of our time and effort into making sure that we provide the best caregivers, those are available for our children and young adults under the spectrum. We have got a training program where we kind of identify the best suited students, young pass outs from schools and colleges. And we offer them 6 months of free training, and which is both theory, practical and internships. It's one of its kind. I'm so happy to inform you that we are one of the first institutions in the country to kind of be accredited. The course which we have offered to the Rehabilitation Council has been accredited by Rehabilitation Council. And we're very happy that we are going to soon commence this course, so that which will train good quality or very high quality caregivers. Now, after this course is completed, we will offer the students employment with India Autism Center. So it is skill-based employment. And let me please tell you, so if we are going to have 600 people under the spectrum in our campus, I reckon we will have at least about 1,000 caregivers working with us. These caregivers work as buddies to our people under the spectrum. So they will be there with them all the time, 24 hours a day. So there'll be multiple shifts of people working and so on. So we attach a lot of value to this, and let me tell you that we have taken this very seriously, and I'm very happy that we have made very good progress up to now. And we're very hopeful that before the campus opens, we have these people ready and raring to go. The next question is, what kind of security services will be provided inside the campus? This is a very important question. Security is paramount to India Autism Center. So we will have multiple layers of physical security to start with. So physical security is where you have security agencies being deployed with trained workforce who will be sensitized by us. So not every security person has to understand what autism is and how these children or young adults will behave. So they will have to know how to deal with them when they encounter a particular person under the spectrum. So every block in the campus where community living is being offered will have security. There will be security in the main gate, there will be security along the perimeter areas, there will be security at all important places in the campus where there is a need, like for instance security near the ponds, security in and around the canteen and so on and so forth, the public areas, the admin blocks and so on and so forth. There will be a very fair, very scientific distribution of security personnel across the campus, number one. Number two is, apart from physical security, we'll also have CCTV cameras and a system which coordinates the CCTV cameras being monitored, which would where a lot of investment will be put in place. And third is, we are working on a very interesting kind of technology, a kind of a band. We've been talking to various agencies on this. So a band which will be put, which is not removable, which will be put on every person's wrist, which kind of allows us to know the movements of every individual on the campus. So obviously, everybody cannot be everywhere. So if there is a particular band of a visitor who has come to see a person in the residential area, in the community living area, then obviously we would not want this person to go to the family housing area, because he has no business to go there. So we'll make sure that this band, kind of monitors the movements of such people, and alarms would be flagged so that appropriate, action can be taken. Security is being, and we are thinking of more options, and we are talking to some of the well-known security experts in the country and abroad. The last question I have is, are emergency and medical facilities available on site? Of course, yes. We have a dedicated OPD block where we will have a few beds, nurses 24/7, a doctor on call 24/7, and we will have visiting physicians. So we have made a tie-up with a nearby hospital here where they provide doctors to come and visit us. So every other day, there would be a different physician who would come by rotation. So you could have gastroenterologists, you could have neurologists, you could have psychiatrists as well, and others who will visit the campus, and the campus residents can avail of the benefit. Apart from this, we have an ambulance on site, which will be, for any emergencies to take, people who are unwell to the nearby hospital. We have also made arrangements with one of the hospitals in the city, in the outskirts, I can say, more closer to our campus, where, one bed will be always reserved for India Autism Center. So anybody, anytime, we don't need to worry about lack of beds. So we will have this, facility where the hospital will accommodate any emergency. I hope I have answered some of these questions, if not all, to your satisfaction. But we are always available for any clarification. Please feel free to write to us or call. Our coordinates are available on our website. We are very happy to be of service. Namaste.